This panel, where you'll be able to see all quotation requests for full container LCL, air cargo, courier, and ground shipments. You'll also be able to check your inspections, which is an additional service to make sure that the quality of the goods, the supplier, and the loader is requested. You can also check the Secure Trade feature, a service to ensure a shipment from China to Latin America, making sure that the importer's supplier will deliver the merchandise in the conditions agreed. Once we have a user, we'll log in with the name and password that we set. Once inside, we'll see all the panels that we have authorized as a user. In the quotes, we'll have to complete mandatory and non-mandatory fields. For example, here we are selecting a full container, so we need to select the container size. Then, we are selecting an origin and a destination. For example, Shanghai and Montevideo. Also, we are selecting if it is a dry or refrigerated container, the number of containers, the reference. That'll be the ID by which you will be able to follow this business from the beginning. And comments. That is a text field for the user to say if there are comments relevant for the quotation. Then the platform gives the options to quote other additional services, such as insurance, inspections, or customs brokerage. And we will click on Search. The system will give us all the options that we have, with the logo of the provider, freight forwarder, and the name of the service. That's because it's a full container load. In this case, it'll be the shipping company. The quote will have all the details, transit days, frequency, validity, price per container, local expenses, and the number of days of demurrage offered. We'll also have access to details, if there are any. For example, this load is for general cargo, and oversized, overweight, or dangerous cargo does not apply. We will go through all the options we have, and then we will select the one that better applies to our needs. To follow this example, we will select one and click on Load. The platform will show a summary of what we selected, allowing us to add details that are necessary to the coordination. We'll have to insert a contact in origin. That will be contacted to coordinate the booking, that if it is an import, it'll be a goods provider. If it is one we have previously used one, we will select him from the list, and if it's a new one, we'll input the data into the system. To continue with the demonstration, we're going to select one already used, and we're going to confirm the load. In this example, the provider is offering insurance and customer brokerage. For insurance, we have to add the cost of the goods, so the system can calculate instantly the cost. In other services, it can be a fixed fee. Then, we will receive a notification that the request was received successfully, and that in a few minutes we will have the confirmation by mail with a PDF file with all the business conditions, having also a traditional verification document. The platform also offers this section, See Requests, where we will see all the requests historically. We'll be able to export it to an Excel file, and we'll also be able to remember the quotes received. Here you can see all the details such as who requested the quote, and a unique reference number for both parties. How many days are left until the ending of the quotation, and how many quotations have we already received from different providers. If we would like to see the quotes that we have received, we click on Quotes, and we will also see the logo on the freight forwarder and the name of the service provider. In this example, the airline, because it is an air transportation that is offering it. If the proposal fits our needs, we'll be able to confirm the load. We'll also see in this example an important feature that is the control panel, where you'll be able to keep track of the status of each of our current loads in real time. In this example, we can see a container arriving to Peru, and that is the only shipment that we have currently. In this section, we will find everything we need to organize our work by having a summary of all the details for a particular shipment, such as the transit days, the service, what comments were provided at the time of purchase, the rate with the local expenses, and the contacts that we inserted to coordinate the shipment. If we want to use the tracking feature, we'll click on Tracking, and it will show us where the container is and if we want to see more details. We will click on the container, and we will see all the milestones that this container had through time. We'll also be able to see and modify details of our profile, such as your personal information, which users our company have created. We want to remind you that you can have multiple users without adding any cost. Here we can create an admin user and add new other users that operate under the same company. Finally, we'll be able to check and create contacts for booking coordination. for those suppliers with whom you work frequently to accelerate the coordination processes. And then we have the option to close the session.